special chair yoga we have today. Thank you, Con. Are you joining us today? Oh. Well, welcome to chair yoga. Hi, Ginger. I miss you. But I'm so glad that we have our virtual dates in the meantime. So, welcome to chair yoga. As you might notice, Pinecone will be joining us to and fro as we are out in Ocotillo, visiting the desert, and so I hope you enjoy this scenery. The only thing that you will need is a chair. If it is vintage and gorgeous, that's an extra perk and plus, but that's optional. Look at how pretty this chair is. It's gorgeous. And you are going to need your coffee, right? Or your tea or your beverage so that you can have creature comforts throughout this, right? And we are ready to start our practice. Are you joining us? Your soles of the feet are on the floor, and I bet your knees are just fine with the height, but let's say you were in a really tall chair, then I would slip a block under each of your feet to make sure that you've got your hips and your knees in the same line, and then your knees and your ankles as comfortable as you can. And we're gonna practice off of the back of the chair. So if you need a reprieve, breathe out, sit back, chill out. But we're going to come a bit more onto the edge of the seat and work on the core. Instead of sticking the booty back, which is the way that our hips will kind of tilt, you're gonna be scooping your tailbone and leaning back. So hopefully we will be sore in the core tomorrow. And then you'll rest your palms face up on the top of your thighs and we'll lean back. Welcome to practice. We ground ourselves down. We set our intention for practice today. May you have clear and conscious communication with yourself, with others. And may you be compassionate with the words that you share with this world. We sure are ingesting a lot of opinions, right? On social media and otherwise, and we want to embrace as much positivity and compassion that we can during this time we have with one another. We leave our worries at the door. We breathe out. Check in with your alignment, sit up nice and tall, really broad, wide collarbones. And we're ready to begin. Arms out nice and wide like a T. Your palms are face down, and you're gonna try and relax through the shoulders and hold. Nothing else to do but to lean back, maybe a little tuck of the chin to make your neck feel nice and long. Let's say you need to rest the arms. Breathe out, set the hands down by the sides, and then when you're ready to join us, as high as you can, inhale, arms will start to lift. You're working towards wide scarecrow arms, and then you're gonna look to your right hand, and we'll take a turn. So drop your left hand down to the floor. You need to keep your right cheek on the mat. You're pressing into both feet, you're coming back to center, look forward, breathe in, and to the left hand we go, we take our turn. Really press your left cheek into the mat. Option to pet your dog, right? And then you might be feeling fatigue in the arms. Let's come back to center, arms will stay here. 3, 2, and 1, hands down by the sides. So check out your chair. Be sure you're not holding on to anything that will pinch or hinge it shut on you, but you're going to hold on to the bottom of your chair. And if you have to round your spine to reach the bottom of your chair, that's okay. Use the tips of your fingertips. You're working towards sitting up nice and tall. Breath in to puff up the chest. Proud to be here. And then we're going to butterfly our legs open. So knees just kind of off to the sides. so long as the knees and the ankles feel okay. You could also keep the soles of your feet on the floor. There's a scoop of the tailbone. We're sitting up nice and tall. Start to roll the head. Switch directions. Chin looks up towards the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, look down towards the floor. You're actively still pulling on the chair, sitting up as tall as you can. You should be feeling a stretch at the top of your shoulders right away, your biceps, but your fingers should be feeling okay. So if you need to relax through the grip, just imagine really active, palms down, chest up. Inhale. Breath out, chin down. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. Back to center we go, arms nice and wide like a T. This time you're gonna do palms face forward. And you will take a tap, imagine tapping the floor, and we're just gonna hinge side to side. So this is your range of motion. Let's get it breath to movement. So exhale, hand down. Breath in, sit. Exhale, switch sides. Back to center. I'll see you here for our forward fold. Take the support that you need. So hands on your thighs, pick a good stance that works for you. Be sure that your chair is sturdy so that you're not gonna flop forward. Take your forward fold. Bring your hands to whatever you can reach. Your low back should feel okay. Your knees should feel okay. So start chin into the chest. Exhales to lower down. And if you love this pose, you can hang out here for up to 5 minutes at a time. You can pause me, press the space bar. That's a really good way to pause YouTube, is space bar. Take the pose for as long as you want. I'll hang out here for 5 more rounds of breath. If you are using your forearms, you're not dumping and collapsing all of your weight. It's a very active support. Sit up tall, knees together. And from your seat here, hands on your thighs. Let's take a few rounds of cat and cow. You'll need some space behind you. So on the edge of your chair, breathe out, round your spine. Breath in, chin looks up, press the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine. There's no wrong way to do this, so you can take any free-form movement that feels good. We roll back and forth. And then you'll sit up nice and tall. There is a hands at heart center pose that we will start to take. I believe they call this booty yoga, B-U-T-I. That's where I found this initially. It's kind of like the barrel rolls that we take, or we've been calling them rotisserie chicken in class, right? You're gonna bring your hands to heart center and you're gonna hula. You're gonna just take a few hula hoops in one direction. And we do it until we start to feel a little sore and a little out of whack. Like it becomes a bit more difficult to keep the moving meditation going. And then we switch directions and you'll notice right away that one side is a lot more difficult than the other. Keep pressing your hands together. You take your little swivels. Belly towards the room, belly behind. Then we sit up tall in our seat, hands at heart center. Let's lean back, relax the spine, chin in towards the chest. Then sit up nice and tall, feel the effects of our rotisserie chickens. We take our sun salutations, arms sweep overhead, take a breath in. Take a back bend as you exhale. Cactus the arms, come back to center, extended mountain. Folding forward as you exhale. Halfway lift, bring your palms onto your knees, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Arms sweep overhead, extended mountain pose. Hands to heart center, samastitihi. Inhale, arms overhead. Back bend, breathe out. Back to center, breathe in. Folding forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward, exhale. Arms overhead, breathe in. Samastitihi, exhale. Press your palms really, really tight into one another. Sweep your arms overhead and take a side stretch. Back to center, arms sweep overhead. Exhales to switch sides. We love our yoga. Come back to center, bring your hands to heart center. If you're feeling all right, feeling supported, feeling ready to rise, I'd come up to standing for about 30 seconds to press the hips forward. Take any creature comforts. You know I have to check to make sure this thing's still recording, right? You would too. Every so often, you're worried. It happens. So take a sip of your coffee, and you might notice we have now taken a new angle of the chair. So you're going to sit in a new direction. Let's come on to one side. All that low back talk. Be sure that no rounds, no dips, nice long spines. Turn your head to the left, to the right, left, right. All right, now ready to start. Take your right hand, if you're on this side, so take your hand that can reach the front of the chair. And you're gonna lightly hold on to the side of the chair. Another way to do this would be to, I'm trying to think of a way to kind of anchor your hand by the side. Just use the pinky or the index finger. Be mindful of which finger you're using. And then you're just gonna arch your left ear down to the left shoulder. And back to center we go. Release the chair, sweep your arms overhead, take a breath in, take a back bend as you exhale. Back to center, breathe in, folding forward, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in, fold forward, exhale. Arms sweep overhead, take a breath in. And hands to heart center, breathe out. So from here, you're gonna open one of your knees up towards the screen, and the other will stay pointed as you make a right angle with the legs. And then you'll interlace your hands onto the back of the head, and we'll lightly dip. Imagine elbow touching the knee or striving towards the knee. Take a few. Remember a list of what you're grateful for today, and keep it simple. My coffee, absolutely. My dog, right? Able to hear and listen to our virtual experience, right? What a gift it is to be able to have access to this technology. So what I'm doing here is I'm hinging forward. Core is really active. You need to pull your knees open. So if that irritates the knees, just sit back up and do chin in towards the chest until you find sensation. If the knees are feeling okay, you're gonna go as low as you can. Imagine almost halfway lift, flying the elbows open. Pressing into all parts of your feet, not just the ball mound, not just the heel. Use the edge of your foot. Inhale, come back to center. Breath out, hands released by the sides. You're gonna turn to your right leg. You're going to come onto the tippy toe, and you're gonna take a few calf lifts. And we'll hang out. We'll then start to add some breath to movement. So if you need a bit more heat, your inhale is when the heel comes up. Your exhale is when the heel's down, you'll bow down. So breath in, heel up. Exhale, heel down. And you can take a few of these with that breath to movement until you reach fatigue in the calf. Or your other option would be to stay in your seat. Keep taking a few more calf lifts. We will be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot down to the mat. And then we'll switch sides. So turn and look towards your left leg. It's a subtle shift, but you're not turned towards the screen now. You're going to be turned the other way. Embrace whatever you're looking at. Bring your hands to heart center, and this can help you press into one another. If you need something else to support you, hold on to your chair or have like a counter at your desk, some other piece of furniture nearby. That's always nice to hold on to something. And then we'll do our calf lifts to start. Always worth our time. We find coordination. Breath in, arms will sweep overhead, heel nice and high. As you exhale, heel down, hands down. Breath in, heel up. Exhale, heel down. Yogi's choice, how you'd like to finish our time here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We finish our calf lifts. Go ahead and close the legs. Let's take a forward fold. Head drops down to the mat. We're gonna switch sides. I'm gonna get this dog bed out of the way. There we go. And then let's go ahead and open up to the other side. So arms are nice, and let's do palms face up on this side for now. As you switch, we're going to just drop one ear, back to center, drop the other ear. We sit up nice and tall. Let's face the side so that you can hold on to the side of your chair. Let's take that side stretch. You're dropping your ear down to one shoulder and hold. Peaceful desert. So nice and lovely. Still stretching here. Proud to be here. Sit up a bit taller. And then you'll release that next stretch. Release the hands. Sweep the arms overhead. Take a breath in. Back bend as you exhale. Back to center. Breathe in. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Fold forward. Exhale. Arms sweep overhead. Breath is in. Back bend. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale. Folding forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Folding forward. Exhale. Arms overhead. Breathe in. Hands to heart center. Samastitihi. Let's turn to the front of the room. We're gonna cross the legs. So our right leg is gonna cross over the left. You're gonna find whatever works best for you with the legs crossed. If you prefer to have more of a figure 4 going on, if you want a bit of a lift, you can always take some time to slip a blanket or a handkerchief between the leg and have a bit more comfort. We start here, legs crisscross. Inhale, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, arms nice and wide like a T, palms face down. Chin tucks in towards the chest. We're folding forward. Keep your hands here. A light lean. 3, 2, and 1. Lean back. Come onto your left tippy toe. Right, bring that heel off of the mat. So you're in a tippy-toed eagle. 3, 2, and 1. Heel down. Give yourself a hug. Fingertips to touch on the back side of you. Any wiggles you might need. And then we'll switch out the legs. So uncross your legs. We'll get ready to switch sides. Left leg crosses over the right. Do whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. Arms will come out wide like a T. Am I sturdy? Patient, slow. We start here. Exhales to bow forward. Notice the difference on this side. What if this is too much? Arms out nice and wide like a T. You could always bring your hands onto your hips, that's just fine. Another one would be hands on the back of your head. You can fly your elbows open, that's just fine. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, arms overhead. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Heel lifts nice and high, breathe in, keep breathing, hold. 3, 2, and 1. Heel down to the mat. Uncross the legs. Let's come to the back of our chair. So lean all the way back into your seat. Let your hands rest by the sides. Truly rest by the sides. Let the hands hang. Little tuck of the chin in towards the chest. Ragdoll. Where can you relax and settle into the pose? It might take a few rounds of breath to realize what's been clenching and you didn't even realize it. Breath out, relax. Then we will release the neck stretch. Bring your face to the front of the room. Bring your hands to heart center. As we start to end our sacred practice with one another, may you be able to take this meditative state with you for the rest of the day as you recall your intention, which was, when we said it earlier today, clear and conscious communication with ourselves and with others, and choosing to lead with compassion in the ways that we communicate with one another. Bring your hands up to your third eye. Take a breath in. Exhales to bow to your practice. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. The light and teacher in me is honored to guide you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in our home. Lovely to practice out here and get some fresh air. And I'm happily taking any special requests. So let me know which kinds of poses you would like to see or mimic in our classes with one another. I will leave you with a few things that you can Google and look up. The reason why I didn't demo them today is because I'm too tall for this chair that I have access to, and that's Warrior 2 on the chair. So that's going to be opening up your thigh to one side. Now, I should be lifted. I should probably have a couple pillows underneath me. And then, our Warrior 2 shape with your leg off to the side. That's a pretty deep expression for me. I should be lifted a little bit more. You might need to be as well, tall ladies in the house. But Warrior 2 in your seat is a lovely one. You can take your device and you can just text and eat your almonds at your leisure, and then spend some time in the middle, star pose, horse squats, right? And then set yourself on up for the other side. And be sure that you're comfortable. Anything in between will do, but this is a really fun one for you to look up and practice on your own if you're looking for a little extra. So, namaste, my friend. I will see you soon.